What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Facebook ads in about 30 minutes. So let's see if we can keep this short and get you cranking. So what you're seeing here is inside of a Facebook ad account. This is inside one of our current clients' account. These ads are running and we're generating leads through Facebook ads. So I'm going to show you how to set this up for yourself. And the first thing that you'll need is you're going to actually need an ad account. Like it looks like this. To get an ad account, you need a Facebook page. So if you have built a Facebook page already, then you'll have an ad account. It automatically creates it when you create your page. So if you don't have a Facebook page, then you probably don't have an ad account yet, and we'll have to create that for you. So all you're going to do to create your page is go to your Facebook, and in this, if you're running a newer, like the newer Facebook, um, it's going to be up in this little menu up here, and there'll be a create. So if this doesn't look like this for you, there's probably a plus sign here, and then it's the same thing. You're just looking for create and page. So there'll be somewhere in the top right here. For me, it's in this 9-dot menu, and I'm just going to click page here. And this is how you create your page. So you can do your name, right? So I would recommend using your name because we're going to be personal branding here, and that's the best, more than likely the best way to advertise for yourself is to get your name out there, right? You're advertising yourself to these people, so I would say that that is the best way to go about it. Unless you have a brand that you are working under or working with, then you could also use that. So for categories, this is just, you can select whatever you want here, real estate agent, real estate. And I like to do like 3 real estate. But you can add, or you can only add 3 here. So add 3 and then your description. So I sell houses. I help people sell houses. Help people buy and sell houses. Obviously, you can do a little bit more than that, and I would, if I were you, just write things about you. But that is basically it. So this is how you set up your page, right? So now all you're going to do is click create page here. Creating content with this name is not allowed. Okay. Test page. Okay, so that worked. So all it's going to do is open up a new windows for you, and this is where you set your profile picture, which is this. That's your profile, and then your cover photo, which is this. Right? So that's all. That's basically all you have to do, and your page will be set up. And then once you save this, you're going to have your ad account that's going to be automatically created. So I have more on this, like an exact step-by-step in this book here that we have. So make sure to pick this up, and this will basically give you step-by-step on exactly how to create your page. But I gave you most of the steps here. This is basically all you have to do, and then you can just dance it up when you're just make it look nice. So another thing I want to mention is it's good to post, like try to post as much as you can, provide value to your audience so that people, when they come to your page, are going to want to work with you. That's it's a good way of thinking about it, a good way to brand yourself. So once you have your page, you're going to have your ad account created. And if you need to get to this, it's just up here, and you should have, should say ads somewhere up here. Let's go ads manager, right? So this is in your menu. Just look for the ads manager. And if you select that, it's going to pull you into your ads, right? and then you're going to come here. So this is what it's going to look like. So obviously this will say your name up here, and this will show all of your stats. So not going to get too much in the details of these stats right now. I'm just going to show you how to create a lead generation campaign so you can get started right away. Again, this isn't going to take very long if you do this correctly. So all you're going to do once you're in your ad account is you're going to come to this create button, this green create button. Okay. It's going to open up a little menu here, and it looks like this. So once you're here, we want to select lead generation. There's a bunch of different options that you can choose from. For this specific example, for this specific video, we just want you to get advertising right away, and we want you to start seeing results right away. And the best way to do that is with a lead generation campaign. And you can pick up some more trainings if you want to learn how to set up like a whole Facebook ad funnel, but we're not going to get into that right now. So this is going to be able to generate you leads. So we're going to open this up, and this is how you name your campaigns. Okay, so I would name your campaign something that you're going to recognize, because if you do start creating more campaigns, you just want to stay organized. It's good to stay organized. So for this, I'm just going to do lead generation campaign. Okay. So we won't get too into that, and we can do version 1 because this will be the first campaign. So continue, just select continue down there. And it's going to bring you into this nice editor. Yeah. Okay, so we're in the editor here. And we definitely want to select the ad category. Okay, so for housing, we need to select housing. Otherwise, you're more than likely just going to get instantly banned. So make sure to select housing, make sure to select this, and just make sure to select this, because we would hate for you to get banned on your first ad. So moving through here, all this is good. You can actually set up a campaign spending limit. Okay, so you could add like $500 here if you wanted it to cap out. That being said, if you do set this and all of a sudden you start realizing that you're not getting any leads in your ad account, it's more than likely because you've hit this cap. So your ads are going to show like they're active, but it's actually not going to be spending any money because you've hit your spending limit. So I like to keep this off. Personally, I like to keep it off, and I'll show you in a minute how you can just set your budget another way. But that's just, that's just a safety precaution there. If you wanted to add a spending limit, again, you don't have to. A/B testing, we don't want to touch any of that unless you're spending a large amount of money. I'm talking like thousands. So you don't have to worry about that, and don't have to worry about campaign budget optimization either. We want to leave that off. So now we're going to go into the ad set. You can either click up here, or we can go to next. So I'll choose next here. Okay, so this is going to be your lead generation. This is your campaign. This is your ad set. This is where we choose the targeting. And this is your ad. So that's where we actually build the ad out. So I don't know why that's there. That shouldn't be there. But so this is going to be the targeting. We're going to go through the targeting, which is the ad set. Right, so new lead generation ad set. You can call this whatever you want. We'll come back up to this name after we go through this form here. So the lead method, we want to choose instant forms. Okay, you can also test with these two, but instant forms works really, really well. You're going to select your page. Okay, so select your page here. This is going to be the page that you either just created or that you have attached to your Facebook. So here it's saying terms of service not accepted. We want to make sure that we accept these terms. You only have to do it once per account or per page. So you should only have to do this once. And you just click here. It's going to give you all these terms, right? And I agree. So now you've accepted, and you only have to do that once, like I said. Okay, so this is going to be your budget. This is your daily budget for this ad set, okay? So you can set this to whatever you want. I would recommend like $2 to $5 to start off with. Um, if you're like brand new, that's what I would start off with. Obviously, you can crank this up to $20 per day or like $50 per day. You can do whatever you want. But I would recommend just starting off with a small amount, like $2 to $5, and then you can scale up from there. So this is the scheduling, so you can actually schedule your ads to go out. You don't really have to worry about that. You can set an end date here as well. But again, you don't really have to worry about that. You can just simply turn off the ads if you need to turn them off. And you don't have to worry about anything in there. So now we're going to move into the actual audience. And this is going to be who you're targeting, where you're targeting, and like languages. So we'll just get into this now. And first of all, the location is, as of right now, it's all of the United States. We want to edit this because we don't want to advertise everywhere. We only want to advertise for this particular client. We want to advertise to Orange. Actually, let's do Portland. Portland. So this is the only place we want to advertise to. So now you can see the radius, right? So Facebook ads, I'm sure maybe you've heard of this already. Facebook ads have restrictions on them, slight restrictions, just to protect from discrimination. So basically, that's why we have this checked off, right? We have the housing checked off. And that's why we can't do some things. So the restrictions consist of like age targeting. So we can't target by age. See how I can't target here? And we cannot target by gender because that's considered discrimination. So we can't do that. But that doesn't mean your ads are going to suck or anything. That's not the case. I'm surprised at how many agents just don't advertise because of they've heard, oh hey, there's restrictions on ads, and they don't work, which is not true. Like not true at all. All your competition is in the same boat as you. Like they all have this. They don't have some special thing where they can target around this. They need to be inside of Facebook's rules as well. So if you do have competition that's advertising on Facebook, they're going to be following these rules as well. So detail targeting, this is where you can actually target interests. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to do this. Okay, I've tested with both. I've done a lot of testing with detail targeting, and I've done a lot of testing just leaving this open, which means you're just going to target people living in or recently in this location. It works really well just to have no targeting because Facebook can actually read your ad copy and know who to display your ads to. It's just really creepy, and that's just how Facebook operates. So their algorithm. So, but if you did want to test some detailed targeting, I would test like one interest per ad set. Okay, so I would do something like Zillow, target people that are interested in Zillow, right? So now it's going to be people living in or recently in Portland, that are interested in Zillow. Okay, so that'll let you narrow your audience, right? So our audience went down significantly, and anything over 100,000 is good. I would say, like, if you can have like 100,000 to 300,000, that's those seem to work well for me. Um, but anything over 100,000 is usually a good population, a good sample size to choose. So for this example, I'm not actually going to use this. You can also select like just the people that are living in this location. So that's another option for you. You could definitely test with this stuff, but if you just want a winning ad, like, this will work. So people living in or recently in this location. We're not going to choose any different ages or anything. We're going to leave detailed targeting open. And for languages, if you do speak different languages, like, this would be where you can add them. Like, if you speak Spanish, right, you can just Spanish, right? If you just speak English, I would highly recommend just typing in English and US, so that we only try to target those people speaking English, and we're not going to get like Spanish leads, for example. So for me, I am only English speaking right now, so I would put this. And that's basically the targeting and the location. So that's how we geographically target, right? It's only going to be in this location. You can choose whatever areas you want. You can even choose like regions. You can choose states, countries, Canada. So you can do any of that. But I would recommend, again, like, I would say this is a pretty large audience, but it's it's still okay. Like, it's still a good audience. So okay, so now that we've done that, yeah, and then all people, that's fine. So for placements, it's going to automatically recommend automatic placements. So this will basically display your ads everywhere. It'll display it like in the I don't have the Facebook open, but it'll display it in your side, like your sidebar here. It'll display it in like messages in your messenger, so that like it'll show as a little ad there as well. And it'll just show in a bunch of different places. So that is not a bad option. Typically, I find that you're going to spend more doing this. And that's why Facebook recommends it, because you're probably gonna spend more to get across everywhere. So I like this for if you're doing retargeting, but if you're just trying to get leads, like, we're just trying to get you started, right? So I would select manual placements for this, and I would select this is so once I select manual placements, see how it opens up all these different options. Like, basically, this is what automatic placements is. It checks all these off. Okay, like, it'll go in all these different places, and you can actually see what they look like. But for us, for this example, we just want to choose manual placements, because I'll just show you a good way to make sure you're getting the uh, most bang for your buck, as they say. So we want to change this to mobile, because everybody's on mobile. Like, everybody's on mobile, and that's how our ads are going to be displayed. So that's where we want to be, is on mobile. And we want to uncheck this. Okay, you can check either Facebook or Instagram. Like, if you did want to advertise on Instagram, you could do this as well. For this example, we're just going to choose Facebook. And if you were going to advertise on Instagram, I would highly recommend splitting this up. Okay, so just having one or the other, right? So I'm going to take away this, right? So now I'm just advertising on Facebook. So that's what I want. So right now this says I'm going to be advertising on Facebook to people on their mobile device. That's what I want. So for this, I want to uncheck all of this stuff. So all this, but the Facebook news feeds. So it's going to look like an actual post in your leads account like this, right? Like it'll look like a normal post update. So we definitely want to select Facebook news feed. And that's going to be the only one. So I can uncheck all these. Make sure they're all unchecked. Okay, and now it's going to be Facebook news feeds only. So that's what I want. More options. I like to edit this, and this is just specific mobile devices. So you can actually get picky and choose devices. For this, I'm going to choose all mobile, but I want to select only when connected to Wi-Fi, just in case if they click on the ad and they drop out of service or something, that's not good. So if they're connected to Wi-Fi, chances are they're going to be sitting there on their phone, and they're not going to lose connection. So that's why I like to select that. You don't necessarily have to. We definitely lowered the reach here with some of the stuff that we're doing, which is good. But yeah, you don't have to select that, but it's a good thing to test. So, and all this is good. You don't have to change any of this. This is fine. All this is good. So now that we're done this, now that we're done the ad set, we choose the targeting, right? We choose where we're going to target these ads. On Facebook, we're choosing Facebook mobile. So Facebook on their phones. And then we got our different, like our target market, right? Our audience here. We're choosing our audience. And we're choosing instant forms here. So want to make sure we have instant forms on there. I don't know why that turned off. Just make sure all my settings are good. See, now it changed this. So I'm going to go back and just make sure this is good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it changed everything on me, but that's okay. Okay, so we got Facebook news feeds. We want only when connected to Wi-Fi. And now we got the instant form, so we're all good. That is how you set that up. So then you want to you can name this like, this could be instant forms. Instant forms. And then I like to it's called a naming convention, and it's good to have these just so that you can know exactly what's going on. So I like to do that, and then you just want to add where. Usually I add in where we're targeting. Okay. If you have any interests on, right? So if we chose any detailed targeting interests here, which we didn't right here, that's usually where I add these. But for this, we're doing a blanket, it's called, when you just target everybody in that area. So blanket. And then we want to choose mobile, right? So mobile and Facebook news feeds. That's a good way to name it. Again, you can choose whatever you want, like this. Choose whatever you want. So now we're going to go into the next. We're done the ad set. So we can click next here. All right, so that's going to bring you into the ads here. And this is where you set up your ad and what it's going to look like on Facebook or Instagram if you chose that, or anywhere else. But for this example, we're working with the newsfeed ad, so that's what we're going to build out. Again, you have the name up here, so you can name this to keep it organized. Come back to that. You want to select your page. Make sure the page is selected. This is where you would essentially add your Instagram placement if you had that, but I'm not going to get into that. So now we want to create the ad, and it just looks like this, right? So we want to select single image or video. And this will let you actually put a video or image there. So that's what we want selected. We'll scroll down. This is the ad creative. This is where we can create our ad. So we just create it on the left here, and then it's going to give us a nice display on the right. So as you can see, it's going to be coming from your page. And so if you want to, in order to change the media, you change this here, right? And then you can actually select different pictures here. You can upload pictures, right? And then this will let you just select the picture. So I'll just select one for an example. Done. So now it's going to show up here, right? So that's that. Again, if you want to learn how to make a picture like this, you check out this book here that I wrote, and this will give you step-by-step on how to create those pictures. You want to create your text. So primary text, this is the primary text, right? And then if you notice, there is a certain amount of characters that can fit on this headline. Once you go over, it will move into dotted, move into see more. So as you can see, this can only display a certain number of characters before it moves into the see more. And then the person would have to tap that to open up the rest of the ad. So it's important to have a nice catching headline here. This is like a sub headline, I would call it, or just like this is your main headline down here, main headline down here. Sub headline. This is very important too, because this is what people are going to see first, right? They're going to see this and the picture. So they're actually going to see the picture first. So you want to have a nice picture. I like to use green, a lot of green, because it catches the eye. So if you can have nice picture or a nice video here, that's going to definitely get people's attention. And that's the first thing that they're gonna look at. So the first thing they'll look at is the picture, and then they're gonna look at your text. They're gonna look at like your headlines, right? So this headline here, right? That they'll see this, and they'll also see this main headline down here. So those are the main things people are gonna look at. Number one, again, is gonna be the picture. And then they're going to look at the headlines. So this one down here and this one here. And then last, they're going to go into the copy, which is the text that you write. So this will be more copy, if you choose. So you don't necessarily need like long copy. You could honestly just use just a top headline here like this, and that could spark people's curiosity. Like this, just having a nice a nice short headline, sometimes that works to just create curiosity within the person that's looking at it. So that's a good way to do it. Choose whatever you want. Like you can have just a nice headline like this to get people's attention. If you wanted to add more information, you can add it here, right? And then I'm going to do more videos on copywriting, but for this particular example, you can essentially write whatever you like. Just try to write something that your audience is going to respond to. So making sure that you know your audience and who you're writing to, making sure that you know who your client is, right? So you can essentially write to a client, like write this as you were writing to a client, and that would be a good method of doing it. Again, if you want this, like if you want text and headlines, there's actually you can find that in this book. So see, you're going to create a winning image, slideshow. I'll actually go down here and show you. So this is just giving you a step-by-step on everything, right? Creating your images. So you got copy here too, right? So we can do the ad copy, right? So that's all in this book. And then you'll be able to have everything you need to be able to get this thing pulling leads. But this is how you do it. So you don't need to worry about the description here. Descriptions, there's no really need for them. I've learned from people way smarter than me on this. And I learned from a guy, Nick Shackelford, I think is his name. Nick. Forward. Okay, I've learned from this dude, and this guy spent like over $100 million on Facebook ads. So he says with his testing that don't use a description because it doesn't even matter. So that's what I listen to. That's who I listen to. And call to action, learn more here. Select learn more. This is the best performing one that I've seen. I've tested, but you can definitely test these. But for what we're running here, learn more is going to be the best option. And then we're going to move down into the form. So this is actually what the form is going to look like. We can actually create this form. So this is our ad, right? And then once they tap on the ad, learn more here, then they're going to come to this form, which we'll create now. And all you do is select this create form button. Okay. And continue. And it's going to open up your form. Right? You can name it. You definitely want to select like more volume here. And I like to remove the greetings, honestly. I just like to remove that because whenever you give someone an extra step, you're going to have people that fall off. So we're trying to get volume here. We're trying to get you some leads, trying to get leads coming through your system. So this is where you can add the questions that you want. So you definitely want to have name, email, and phone number here. So this is contact fields, phone number, right? You can also add more. You can add more fields here. You can add like what state they're in, what country. So you can also add custom questions here, right? So you can add like multiple choice, short answer. Right? So where is your property located? If it's a seller campaign, you could ask that. But you don't need to. Like name, email, phone number works well. That's what we're going to use in this example. So typically the more questions that you have, the less amount of leads will come through because you're adding more steps. But at the same time, you can get more higher quality leads if you add more questions, right? Because for instance, if you have seller leads, if you're doing seller leads, you could ask the address of the property. So then people that don't have a property probably won't fill out the form, and that's what you want. So just keep that in mind. But for this one, we want to do full name, email, and phone number. And I like to do it in this order: full name at the top, email here, and then phone number. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the privacy. You need to have a privacy policy to be able to advertise lead generation. So just make sure that you have a link. This could be a link to your brokerage's privacy policy, and that would work fine. You just need to make sure that you have it. And again, if you need this, if you need a template, you can look on like Google's a good place for it, or just reach out to me and I can help you with that. I do have a nice template that we use for our clients. So if you need it, just reach out. And basically, yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave that open. Here's the thank you, right? So this is when somebody gives you their information. So this is the sequence here. They fill out their information. They're going to click next. And this is actually going to pre-populate as well. So Facebook knows, most of the time knows all this information. So it'll pre-populate this, making this super user-friendly for your lead that's coming through. So once they submit their information, they'll select next. Then they're going to have this privacy policy, and they're going to submit their information to you. And then this is the thank you page. So you're able to have your thank you page. You can write whatever you want here. And you can also choose different call to actions. So this button down here is a call to action. And you can either send people to a website, so a URL link. You can get somebody to download something. If you're doing like a guide, maybe you have that there for them to download. Or they can actually call your business. So you could put your number here. And then when somebody tap to call at directory, well, this would actually let them call you right away. So you could test with that. For us, this would be a good one for you, I would say, like just calling your number. If you do have a website, then you can link people to it. But for the most part, we just want to connect with this person. So I think giving them the option to call you is a good option. Or if you have like a booking page, you could send them there. So a couple options for you, but just don't overthink it. You just need to get the ads out. This is just the thank you page. So we just need to get the ads out. So once you have that, you can name your form. And then you just publish it. And once you publish it, I'm just going to save this as a draft because I'm going to make a nice one later, but okay. So now it's going to appear here. Obviously, it's going to be not a draft, and you'll be able to select it here. And then it's going to show up down here, and you'll be able to use it. And basically, your ad will be connected to your lead form. So when somebody taps to learn more, they're going to go to the lead form, and then they're going to fill out the lead form. And then what happens after that is it depends. It depends. So you can either just work within Facebook, which I don't recommend. They have like a CRM or a client relationship management like tab, like section that the leads will go into. I'm not going to go into that on this training. I would recommend that you get a CRM that you can integrate with so that your leads will go directly into this CRM. I can actually show you this one that we're using. It's called Go High Level. Very, very awesome CRM. You can actually, as you can see, I'm in one of the clients' accounts. You can integrate your Facebook, your Instagram, okay? So you can have both your Facebook and your Instagram messages inside of this software. But the main thing is you can integrate your lead forms to this. So you can actually map your lead forms, it's called, right? So this is what the map looks like. And you can actually map your lead form. So full name, phone number, email, and then this should be phone number. So this is automatically gonna bring your leads into this CRM system. And then however you have this set up, like your opportunities will come and you'll be able to see them here, right? So, and you'll be able to message them as well. Like you'll be able to send messages right in the system. This is not a Go High level training, so I have another video for that if you'd like to watch that. But uh, just know that there is software out there that, again, I would highly recommend. I would highly recommend Go High Level, because it's a seamless integration. So you need to be reaching out to these leads that are coming in within like 5 minutes. Is a good rule of thumb for sure. 5 minutes is even a long time, I would say. So like 90 seconds, if you can be, you know, on your lead like right away, then that's what you want. And software like this is going to help you do that. So it'll help you essentially make calls, organize your clients, organize your leads, because you know you're going to be generating a lot of leads if you do this correctly. So if you set up the lead gen form, you should be generating leads really quickly, like within hours of setting it up usually, and you should be generating a decent amount of them too. So even if you only have $5 a day, you should be able to get one lead a day off of that, maybe one lead every other day, depending on your costs. So depending on how well you set these ads up. So that is all I'm going to say on the CRM. And again, in this book, there's actually a place where you could get this CRM. And I'll just go through this book quickly. So highly recommend getting this. It's only $7. So, I mean, it's nothing crazy. And it has another guide that you can get. Okay. So this is a free guide, and it'll go more in depth on online lead follow-up and conversion. So actually converting these leads that are coming in, there's definitely there's definitely good strategies that you can use that are going to only help you, right? Online leads are a lot different than referrals in the fact that these people don't know you yet. So you got to build that relationship with them. And this is a great this guide here, the ultimate strategy guide that I wrote, is a great way of just getting your feet wet with Facebook ads and understanding the strategy with it around it. So definitely want to make sure we're converting the leads that we bring in, and we're just building relationships here. So we want to build relationships with as many people as possible. We want to get leads coming into our business so that we can make more clients out of them and, you know, get those long-term clients that we want. So there's links within this book that you can actually click on. So if you click on this, it's actually going to open up a window, right? And you can grab that guide. If we keep going through this, like, it's going to show your Facebook page, show you how to set up the Facebook page, show you how to essentially set up your cover photo, all that good stuff, set up your ad campaign. So everything we went through today, it's going to have step-by-step on how to do that, right? So it's showing you how to do all this. And then it's going to show you how to create your ad set. All this stuff we went over already. We went over all this. And it's just very nice step-by-step to go along with this video. It's actually going to show you how to create images using Canva. So you can click on this and actually go to Canva, and it'll show you exactly like how to create this. You can also create slideshows, which work effectively. So it'll show you how to do that. And you also have your ad copy and your headlines and stuff there. So you can use that and just copy paste basically to get you going right away. So you could just get started, you know, within the hour. Yeah, it also show you how to create your instant form, right? And also your privacy policy as well. So it's going to show you how to do all that. Again, step by step. It's going to show you how to set up your lead form, like what to say in your lead form, what to say in your ad, what to say in your headlines. It's got all that copy in here so that you can take advantage of it. And then the last thing is going over the CRM, right? We just went over the CRM, the client relationship management tool that I suggest that you get. We also have a link here that you can get a free trial of this Go High Level system, Go High Level CRM that I was talking about. And if you get it through this, like if you go to this site and grab this, so there's a nice video here that it's actually it's not showing right now, but it'll actually give you a full in-depth view of this system, of the CRM software, and you can get your free trial here. So you can start a free trial, try it out. This CRM is going to be set up for you to generate these leads. So all of this that you've set up here and in this book, if you get this CRM, it's all going to be set up for you. So everything that you need will be done. And all you have to do is follow the instructional video that's going to show up on the next screen here when you go through this process of getting this trial. So once you have your trial, then it's going to show you just an informational video of exactly how to set it up, and it's going to be like, it'll take you like 5-10 minutes, honestly. So once you have your lead set up, then you're going to be able to have these leads come into this system. So it'll all be nice and organized for you. And if you don't have a CRM, this will be a great software for you. So to cap things off, all we have to do here is just publish this, right? We click publish, and then it's going to actually turn on this campaign. So this campaign is going to turn on. If you wanted to turn it off while you install the CRM, that's a good idea, just to make sure that you have everything ready for when you do start advertising. I always like to turn this off until I'm fully ready to go, and then once I'm ready, I'll turn it back on. So once you publish, it's going to look like this, like an active. Okay, so if you don't want it to start advertising right away, because it'll start right away. So it's just got to go through, like, it's got to check your ads, do a review. Facebook will just review your ads, but it'll be instant, basically. So if you don't want it on, just come to the campaign level here, campaigns level, and just turn this off. So that's going to let me set up my CRM. Okay, I'm going to be able to set up my CRM here and get that ready so that when I do get leads, it's going to come into this. And that's basically it. So grab this book. Definitely grab this book, because it's going to give you everything that you need to get started. And you'll be able to do this within an hour. So you'll be able to essentially use this book, use this video, and get started with your ads. So other than that, that is it for me and this video and this training video. So make sure to pick up this book, and let's get started with your advertising. So a lot of potential on this platform, a lot of opportunity here to make a nice return on your investment. We're seeing upwards of a 400% return with Facebook ads, meaning every dollar that we're putting in, we're getting 4 out. So, I mean, not even the stock market has annual returns like that. So this is a very good investment to add to your business, add to your, I guess, portfolio, and scale your business. So we'll see you on the next training.